Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let me say a few things. Now, in the last part we had quite a bit of things happen. Deku met Toga, and Deku, he had an idea. He can use Toga right now to get his mother off of his back. Deku's mother wants him to make friends. He can do that, sure. But right now, he wanted to learn more about the human body, a way to fight people, and, well, a way to just simply mess with people. And he did have an idea. Pressure points and using them in combat. That's the best way he can take someone down if he's not physically strong enough to outpower them. Weaken them and, well, basically wear them down. It's just that easy. Now, Toga, she saw Deku reading a textbook that talked about human biology. And Deku, he actually was surprised when Toga approached him to talk about it. And she seemed to be obsessed with blood. And Deku started talking to Toga a bit more about that. An obsession with blood, it's perfectly natural. I mean, yes, he knows about her quirk now, which honestly does seem like it would be useful. But right now, Deku, he's also talking to her about that. An obsession with blood is normal. Blood flows through your veins. You may not see it, but it is part of what keeps you alive. It's what keeps your heart pumping, and it brings you life. Yes, it's vital. In fact, it's crucial to how you even operate. Everybody has blood flowing through their veins. It's not weird to enjoy the, well, lifeblood. I mean, being infatuated with it, Deku does find it to be weird. But he didn't tell Toga that. He told her exactly what she wanted to hear. Now, currently Deku does have a few ideas. And right now he actually does try to hang out with Toga. And he does even voice to his mom he does have a friend. Possibly a girlfriend. Now, Enko is surprised. Especially over Deku, he brought Toga home. And he seemed to be, well, happy to introduce her. And Toga met Enko Midoriya. Now, the two started spending more and more time together. And Deku, yeah. Having Toga close to him would be good. And he actually has been trying to talk to her a bit more over the summer about what to do. And possibly what school she does go to. Now, Toga didn't understand anything about what Deku was talking about. And Deku, he tried to explain. If she transfers into his school, they can hang out more. Be around each other more. I mean, he does like spending time with her. It seems to be very nice. Now, the two were sitting down, and Deku actually brought his hand out and grabbed onto Toga's. And Toga, she was actually kind of surprised. And Deku, he even told her. He does want to spend more time with her. I mean, it's simple. They're very good friends. And, well, he does actually like being around her. She doesn't see him as weird. Izuku, people see you weirdly? Some people do. I guess it's just because of my notebook. Also, I don't really seem to... People are afraid of my quirk. Your quirk? Yes. I don't voice it a lot. But my quirk is seen as dangerous. People don't like me for it. They think I poke and prod around in their heads. Really? Yeah. I give them privacy. I allow them their own thoughts. My quirk is mind reading. Oh, really? Oh, wait, you can read my mind? No. What? I could, but I won't. You're my friend, Toga. I wouldn't do anything like that to you. I'll use it sometimes whenever I do need to get out of a situation. And my mother told me very simply, never use it on people if you don't want to see something bad. A lot happened to me whenever I was younger. I saw a few things that startled me. And ever since then, I've taken her lesson to heart. Oh, so is that why You don't think my obsession's weird? Hmm? What do you mean? With the blood? I mean, you. Your notebook, what's written in it? Poetry. You write poetry? Yeah. I don't like showing it to people, though. It's a bit embarrassing. And some of it's bad. It can't be all bad. I mean, could you tell me some? No, I'd rather not. It's actually really embarrassing. Deku bring his hand up to his neck, and right now Toga to stare at him cracking a bit of a smile. Now, Toga, she actually is quite intrigued. And Deku, he does convince Toga to transfer into his school. Now, there actually is on the first day. And, well, whenever everybody does come back to school, the first day does go a bit normally. Up until lunch, however. Whenever a lot of people, they do have a few things happen. Now, all of their secrets are posted around school. And many people are alarmed. Many members of faculty, they are enraged by this. Some things that they have thought about certain students are getting out. And some teachers, they're either being fired or being, well, getting into fights with certain people. Now, fact of the matter is, a lot of students are embarrassed. And many fights break out. The police get involved, and right now a lot of people are trying to understand exactly what goes on here. Now, Deku, he actually is seen as responsible for this. But there is something odd. One of his secrets were posted, and many people were quite alarmed by how weird it was. Deku, from what his secret said on the board, he writes poetry. And, well, he even does write certain stories that people his age really shouldn't be. Now, the police, they did search Deku's journal. And however, they did find clippings of these stories and even actual, well, you know, poetry in his notebook. They were quite surprised. But Deku, he simply did one thing very clearly. He wrote this notebook and swapped it out for his original one. And right now that one is sitting inside his desk at home. And Deku, while he is talked to by someone for this, there actually is the fact that many people, they're alarmed by it. Now, Toga was quite surprised, especially because Deku, he had his notebook confiscated. Now, fact was the police, they were quite alarmed. Deku wrote a graphic story, and, well, while they could get his parent involved, the fact is, it's very tame to a few other things that happen here today. Certain students found out that others, they hate each other. Certain faculty are losing their job because of certain incidents that they have buried. And other faculty, they're fighting each other. One almost murdered another teacher. Now, Deku, he simply just stood back and watched the fireworks. Yes, he took a shot at himself, but really, that was just to keep himself hidden. And there actually was Bakugo. Bakugo was mad. However, the fact was that Deku, he could be seen as involved here. And Bakugo, he feels like Deku was involved. But there's just one thing he can't prove. He did it. Now, there actually was with Deku and Toga, they were walking home after school. And right now Bakugo, he actually does confront Deku. As Deku, he currently is walking, and whenever Bakugo does round the corner, he does tell him he wants to have a chat. What is it? Okay, who's the blonde chick with you? Hey, I have a name, you know. I'm in your class. I don't care extra. Listen, whoever the hell you are, that doesn't matter. The fact that you're hanging out with this creep says quite a bit about you. This creep has a name. Really? And pray tell, do you know about exactly all the weird shit he does? Now, Deku does jerky step forwards, where Togeda's gonna try and step in and yell at Bakugo. Deku telling him, Bakugo needs to know his place. Excuse me? Yes, Bakugo. I wouldn't say that about my friend. She's important to me. You care about people. That's fucking rich. I know who you really are. Pray tell, what are you talking about? Don't try to hide the facade. You're some fucking lunatic. Don't tell me. Your notebook. I heard one of the teachers talk about it. What did you write? My stories? It was simple. You know, something from a game. A game, really. It was violent from what I heard. It made a cop's skin crawl. I mean, Jesus, they burned the notebook. You know that? They didn't even want to have to put it in evidence. Really. Yeah. And from what I'm hearing, cops, they want to talk to you. I'm sure they do. Huh. Yeah. They want to see about getting you counseling. Getting me counseling? Yeah. You fucking creep. Now, how exactly did you do it? Do what? Tell everybody. All the secrets. It took you months, didn't it? It must have. Now, Baku does 30 step forwards, rushing at Deku. And Deku, he does do one simple thing. Whenever Baku does rush towards him, he does throw out his right hand. And Deku, he immediately does go to dodge directly to his right and grab his left hand out at Bakugo's wrist, before bringing up his left kneecap and smashing Rookie as hard as he can into Bakugo's gut. Now, whenever Deku does do that, he actually does Rookie move his right hand downwards and smash down to the back of Bakugo's left kneecap. Now, Deku, whenever he does that, Bakugo, he does go tumbling into the ground. And right now, while he does stand there, Deku does stand there, Bakugo, he does lay on the ground for a second, before trying to get back onto his feet and recover his breath. However, he's also trying to hold down his lunch. And Deku does turn to Toga, bringing his hand out talking about how Bakugo's going to be there for a second. So, they need to go. What? Now, Deku does directly grab at Toga's wrist, before pulling her along and telling her they need to go now. Now, Toga is quite surprised, and right now her and Deku to go running. Now, Baku eventually does get back up, and whenever he does try to follow both of them, there actually is where he does give chase. Now, Deku and Toga are both currently running, and right now Deku, he's got a bit of a plan mapped out. Okay, let's see. The corner, okay. Now, the two do round a corner. Bakugo chasing them as they do run to a crowd, and eventually they do turn to an alleyway. Bakugo and Deku, they are both, well, fairly good in physical stats. But Bakugo, yeah. The moment they do get into the alleyway, he does start to use his quirk. Him blasting through the air and trying to catch up. Now, Deku doesn't take that in consideration. And right now he does have to improvise a bit. As for Deku, him and Toga, they actually do run to a crowd. They do mix into a group of other teenagers. And whenever there are a few people who do stare at the both of them, they actually do go to someone sit down. And right now Deku, he does something to turn to Toga, as does see Bakugo run out of an alleyway and start to look around, before Deku does go to turn to her and grab her by her chin, telling her sorry before going to give her a kiss. Now, Toga is quite alarmed, and right whenever Toga does something to bring her hand up onto Deku's shoulder, Deku, he actually does something to reach out and grab at her hand, as right now he actually does Doki stare and watch Bakugo. Bakugo, he's looking around, and right now he does something to look directly at Deku before skating over him because he barely does see his face, and his hair because of Toga. Now, Deku, he actually does watch Bakugo turn and bolt, as right now Bakugo, he thinks that Deku, he might have circled back around. What he would do if he was in the situation is try to blend into the crowd. But him and Toga, okay, the two are running, so clearly they disturbed the area. I mean, people were looking that way as if something got their attention. If the two ran past that way, then it would be suspicious. Right. Now, Deku just won't pull away from Toga. And right now Toga just won't sit there, blushing, asking Deku, what was that for? "Hmm? Sorry. Um, Bakugo would have caught us. Really? Her bringing her finger up to her lips, and thinking, that was her first kiss. And it was from her friend. Now, Deku just looked back towards Toga, telling her, is she okay? No, uh, yes, I'm fine. It just surprised me is all. Sorry. I did apologize, right? You did. I'm just sort of embarrassed. Don't be. Besides, you look cute that way. Your cheeks are flushed. Um, please stop. Now, Deku just won't smile. As now he actually does bring his hand up and move a piece of Toga's hair out of her face, telling her, why? Does she not like him this way? Now, Toga does stare at him, before he starts standing up and going to walk away. And Deku he does going to bring his hand back and thinking, does Toga not like him that way? Okay. Well then. He guesses that things are going to be a little awkward. Now, Deku he does stand up. And right now he does going to walk home. Right now he needs to at least try and get Toga back on his side. He may have pushed it. But then again, why would she react that way? Did he misjudge her? No, she does like him. He's been in her head. She has a personal boundary. That's annoying. Okay. Well, he guesses that that's going to have to be something he has to work on. Him and Toga, they have been getting closer. And while she has been slightly annoyed at Deku's, well, interference in her personal bubble, she has gotten used to it. Now, Deku currently, he does have a lot on his mind. And right now, their actions with Deku, he currently does think of a few other things. Toga likes a few things, so what's something he can give her as a gift? She has an obsession with blood. There's an idea. Now, Deku, whenever he does get a message from Toga, she's a bit annoyed. Deku, he waited hours. And right now the two, yeah. Deku wanted to meet and talk with her. And Toga, while she was, well, wanting to try and rectify things with Deku wanted to meet and talk. And Toga, yeah. She was a bit surprised. Now, the two do won't sneak out. And whenever Deku he does leave, he actually does meet Toga at a nearby park. And the two, they do meet. Deku walking around the area and eventually finding Toga sitting on a park bench. As whenever he does walk over and sit down, she actually does turn to look at him. And Deku does want to smile at her as he does bring his hand up. And Toga does look down at Deku's hand. What is it? Deku holding out his hand again. And Toga, she does stare down at it before Deku, he does tell her. He was offering her his hand. Oh. Yeah. Sorry. That you apologized already. No, not about that. The look on your face. It slipped out. I know. It's just I didn't realize that you liked me. Why? Is it weird? No, it's just surprising as all. Deku just stared at Toga. And Toga, yeah. Right now she actually does look at Deku. She's not too sure how to deal with this. I mean, does Izuku like her? He's so strange to try and get a read on. But, I mean, he's a, he's her friend, and she thinks that she knows how to read him, but maybe, maybe not. Now, Deku actually does something to back away. And whenever he does, he actually does something to completely turn and bring his leg up onto the bench. As he actually just reached down into his pocket and pulls something out. In Toga, she actually stared directly at Deku. In Deku, he does put a bit of a thumbtack. Before he does bring up his finger and Tricky pluck it down onto his finger. Now, Toga's a bit surprised. As Deku, he actually slightly wince before Tricky pulling it out and turning his hand and telling Toga, she likes blood. And right now, well, he does like her. So, he would bleed for her. Now, Toga does stare at Deku kind of surprised. However, right now her eyes do fixate on the blood. And she actually does feel a bit excited. She's actually watching, well, real blood. It's so surprising to her. Her bringing her hands out and grabbing on Deku's wrist. Before she actually does, Doki grab on Deku's finger and touch the blood. Before we're still getting giddy and laughing a bit. And Deku does smile. She is crazy. He thought she was. Perfect. This could all work out fine. Keep her at his side. That's what he needs to do. She'll work fine as a pawn. But maybe. Maybe he needs to amp things up with her. Try and get his mom off his case. I mean, she is still worried about him. And right now, yeah. He needs to at least get a bit more. He needs to get the ball going. So, he needs to amp up his training more. Maybe he could start taking. Are you thinking about something, Izuku? What? No, I'm fine. Just, a bit spaced out. What? Why? Because I'm watching you in your element. Really? Yes. Now, Toga does start to get back at Deku. And I know she actually just lean forwards and hug him. Before telling him thank you. Now, Deku, he kind of is taken aback. And right now he does slightly bring his hands up, as they do somewhat shake. Now, Deku does wrap his arms around Toga. And right now Toga, she actually does tell him that she'll see him tomorrow. Really? Yeah, at school. And maybe we can hang out. Get lunch and talk about what this might turn into? Yeah, I'd like that. Now, Toga does something to bolt away. And right now Deku, he does see Toga turn and bring that finger up to her mouth. The one that she did, well, touch his blood with. Now, Deku, he actually just gonna reach down to his pocket and pull out a band-aid. Before putting it onto his finger and walking away. Right now he does have a few things to talk about with his mom. Maybe ask advice about a girl. Yeah. Maybe he can do that and get her focus away from what happened at school. Yeah, he watches horror movies with his friend, and he thought that, hey, maybe he could write a story about it. So, yeah. He'll take a shot with that, but his mom will understand. Maybe start a club at school. Get more people intrigued by it. Have more people who could listen to him. Be the center of attention. Well, he's got one person's attention, and they're a bit easy to control. But Bakugo. He could be. That's it. Now, they just won't smile. He knows what he'll do with Bakugo. People will believe him. But what if they don't? What if he makes stuff up? What if he's just too crazy to believe? Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.